Well, this evening we want to show you a place in Athens with a dual purpose that's worth exploring.
It's called Nuci's Space, and it's slowly become an entrenched fixture on the edge of downtown Athens, combining mental health counseling and rock music. Fox 5's Doug Richards joins us now with his special report. Doug?
Well, Russ, Amanda, Athens sealed its reputation as a rock music haven more than 25 years ago. And today, many people believe it still has more musicians per capita than any town in America. Like many young people, they often take their health not so seriously, and their mental health is often an afterthought at best.
In a town with more than 200 active bands and musicians, the rock racket can sometimes get a little deafening in Athens. And for every national act like the B-52s, there have been countless more practicing in obscurity, dreaming of more.
Did you ever send those DVDs off?
Ismail Cuthbertson knows. He's a hip-hop artist who plays under the name Issues, who has seen more lows than highs.
Just going through a lot of the stress that we go through and trying to make a living in an unstable business. And sometimes it could weigh heavy on you and cause, tragic results.
Kurt Cobain embodied both the highs and the lows. A rock moneymaker as founder of Nirvana, Cobain shot himself to death in 1994, unable to treat his clinical depression.
There's no reason for me to have been depressed then that I could put a finger on.
Ben Mize was a drummer for the band Counting Crows for 8 years. But while Mize toured the world and soaked in the band's success, he struggled with depression, and he says he hit a wall.
I had money and I had time, and I couldn't get in to see a doctor. So when I was in crisis, so to speak, when I hit my brick wall and my mental illness came to a head, I couldn't find help.
But musicians say help is here at a converted warehouse near downtown Athens. At first blush, it's merely a rehearsal site, but its clientele says it transcends music.
A lot of what is done is just talking and listening and actually being interested and really caring.
Linda Phillips founded Nuci's Space. It's named for her son, Nuci Phillips, a University of Georgia student and musician who committed suicide 10 years ago. Like Cobain, he battled clinical depression.
He fit right into the music community. He loved, that was his life, his guitar. I think he got tired. In 1996, he killed himself.
Nuci's Space has 4 rehearsal rooms. There's a performance stage with equipment available for rent. There's a full-service coffee bar as soon as you walk in the front door. But what's most in abundance at Nuci's Space is seating. Backers say it's a place where conversation is valued even more than music.
Whatever you need as an artist, whether you need just counseling because you're going through certain things, you can find it here.
'Cause it's like you're afraid to say that I need you right here beside me.
23-year-old Heather Purdon is an Athens singer-songwriter who says she has struggled with anxiety and depression since she was 10. She says Nuci's Space is a safe haven.
You need support sometimes, and that's what Nuci does. It gives you support. And I didn't feel stigmatized anytime I walked in there, ever.
Sometimes the voice of truth is called, but
in general, 80% is about our success rate with treatment of depression. But there's that 20% that it doesn't reach very well, and then we really have to watch out for them. And support groups are real important in that respect.
I got in your mind.
Yet Nuci's Space isn't a counseling center. It remains a rehearsal space foremost, a place where a coffee server or a drummer might reach out to a musician needing help.
And it's like, man, where was this when I was 20? Maybe I would have not had such a rough 20s. Maybe I would have gotten 10 years of my life back.
Somebody had said, well, do you think Nuci's Space would have saved Nuci? And who knows? I don't know, but I think Nuci would have gone there. And I think if he was feeling bad in the middle of the night, he would have called Nuci's Space. He wouldn't call a therapist because he was too nice to wake anybody up, but he would have called Nuci Space.
Nuci Space is a nonprofit entity. Linda Phillips raises money for it from grants, contributions, and of course fundraising concerts. Musicians say it's clean, inexpensive, and the coffee is good, and the folks there listen really well. Now, struggling musicians usually find themselves in grimy clubs and grimy rehearsal spaces. This place is pretty nice.
Linda Phillips created something special for them. You can tell that the pain is still raw for her. I imagine it's some consolation that she has created this space for other people like her son.
Absolutely. I mean, it's downright therapeutic for her as well, and yeah.
Doug, thanks.